Hey guys, hey guys, welcome back to another video, and this is NFL preseason and NFL regular season schedule release. If you saw that video, that was 10 days ago. I forgot to make another video last week. I've been forgetting, so sorry for that. Before we get into this video, this preseason NFL regular season reveal game, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification, give me a huge thumbs up. First, on Saturday, August 15th at 4 o'clock, will be the Rams versus the Chiefs. August 22nd on Saturday, August 7:30 p.m. will be the Chiefs versus Bucks, and then August 28th at 8 o'clock p.m. will be the Seahawks versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Week 1 of the 2026-2027 NFL regular season will open up with the Denver Broncos versus the Kansas City Chiefs, 8:15 p.m. on ESPN and ABC, Monday, September the 14th. And then Week 2, Sunday, September 20th at 8:20 p.m. on NBC and Peacock, will be the Indianapolis Colts versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And on Sunday, September 27th, 1 o'clock p.m. on CBS is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Miami Dolphins. Sunday, October the 4th, 4:25 p.m. on CBS is going to be the Chiefs versus the Raiders. And on Sunday, October 18th, 4:25 p.m. on CBS is going to be the Chargers versus the Chiefs. And on Sunday, October 25th, 8:20 p.m. on NBC and Peacock is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Seattle Seahawks, Super Bowl champions Seattle Seahawks. And on Sunday, November 1st, on my birthday, 4:25 p.m. on CBS is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Denver Broncos. And on Sunday, Week 9, November 8th, 1 o'clock p.m. on CBS is going to be the New York Jets versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And on Sunday, Week 10, right after the trade deadline, 1 o'clock on CBS is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Atlanta Falcons. On Sunday, November 22nd, right before Thanksgiving, 1 o'clock p.m. on CBS is going to be the Arizona Cardinals versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And on Thursday, on Thanksgiving Day, 8:20 p.m. on NBC and Peacock is going to be, it's going to be on Peacock. And also they're going to have the Madden 27 thingy again, I believe. The Madden 27 is real life thingy, and this real life thingy that they're going to have there is going to be the the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills. And on Week 13, 8:15 p.m. on Prop Video is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Los Angeles Rams. The last time these two teams faced off, it was on ESPN. Yes, these two were supposed to be facing off in Mexico, but they decided to cancel that. And then right after that, and this game was beautiful, was Tyreek Hill versus Tyler Higbee, and Jared Goff was at quarterback. Nope, this time it's not going to be Jared Goff at quarterback. It's not going to be Jared Goff at quarterback. And now, this is going to be the first time they're going to be at SoFi Stadium for the first time ever, where the Super Bowl is going to be at. So they're going to be touching the Super Bowl 61 field for the first time ever since they were. Don't worry, they're going to go back to that stadium again when we get to. So, yep, excited for that game. And then we will be live for all these games. I forgot to mention in the intro, but we will be live for all these games that they have Monday, November 21st, 8:15 p.m. Monday, December 21st. Let me go. Sunday, December 13th, 4:25 p.m. on Fox is gonna be the Kansas City Chiefs versus Cincinnati Bengals, and then Monday, week 15. Monday, week 15, December 21st, 8:15 p.m. on ESPN and ABC, or ESPN2 with the Manning brothers, is gonna be with Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, will be the New England Patriots versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And then on Sunday, December 27th, 4:20 p.m. on CBS is going to be the San Francisco 49ers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And then week 17 TBT flex game is going to be the Chiefs versus the Chargers. And then TBT flex game, Las Vegas Raiders, is going to be the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Kansas City Chiefs. On Saturday, week one of the NFL preseason for the Rams is going to be the Rams versus Chiefs at 4:00 p.m. NFL preseason, August 22nd on August 20th, Saturday, August 22nd, 4:00 p.m. is going to be the Saints versus the Rams. And then NFL preseason, August 27th on Thursday at 10:00 p.m. will be the bowl. So these two teams that's first in the preseason, and that they're going to be facing off in the regular season. Just realized that. I didn't notice that they're going to be facing on week 1, and then right after that they're going to be facing off. I'm going to tell you that later. They're going to be facing off later on. So we're going to find out who's going. So they're just going to be playing their backups in first, and then because they don't want to get hurt when they face them again later on in the season. And then this one is the Rams versus Charger Bowl. The Chargers, the LA Bowl. Week 1 of the 2026-2027 on Thursday, September the 10th, 8:35 p.m. on Netflix is going to be on Netflix is going to be the San Francisco 49ers versus the Los Angeles Rams in Melbourne, Australia. And on Monday, September 24th, 8:15 p.m. on ESPN, ABC, or ESPN2 with the Manning brothers, is going to be the New York Giants versus the Los Angeles Rams. And on Sunday, September 27th, 8:20 p.m. on NBC and Peacock is going to be the Los Angeles Rams versus the Denver Broncos. And on Sunday, December 4th, 1:00 p.m. on Fox is going to be the Los Angeles Rams versus my Philadelphia Eagles. And on Monday Night Football, October 12th, ESPN and ABC or ESPN2 with the Peyton Manning, Eli Manning will be the Buffalo Bills versus Los Angeles Rams. And on Sunday, week 6, October 18th, 4:05 p.m. on Fox is going to be the Arizona Cardinals versus Los Angeles Rams. And on Sunday, week 7, December October 25th, 4:25 p.m. on Fox is gonna be the Los Angeles Rams versus my second team, Las Vegas Raiders. And on Sunday, November 1st, on my birthday, and this is a preseason bowl again. 2 will be at 4:05 on Fox. Is gonna be the Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers versus the Los Angeles Rams. And on Sunday, week 9, right before the trade deadline on Tuesday, 1 o'clock p.m. on Fox is gonna be the Los Angeles Rams versus the Washington Commanders. And on Sunday, right after the trade deadline, 4:05 p.m. on CBS is gonna be the Los Angeles Rams versus the Arizona Cardinals. And then Wednesday, the first Wednesday game, Thanksgiving Eve game, 8 o'clock p.m. on Netflix is gonna be the Green Bay Packers versus the Los Angeles Rams. And then on Thursday, December 3rd, 8:15 p.m. on Prime Video is gonna be the preseason bowl number 2 between the Kansas City Chiefs versus Los Angeles Rams. And on Sunday, December 13th, 4:25 p.m. on Fox is gonna be the Rams versus the 49ers. And on Sunday, December 20th, 4:25 p.m. on CBS is gonna be the Dallas Cowboys versus the Los Angeles Rams. And then Friday, 8:15 p.m. on Fox is gonna be the Rams versus the Seahawks. And then TBT flex game for week 17 will be the Los Angeles Rams versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then the TBT flex game will be the Rams versus the Seahawks. On Saturday, August 15th, 4 o'clock p.m. will be the Jaguars versus the Saints. Week 1. Week 2 of the NFL preseason will be August 22nd, 4 o'clock p.m. on Saturday. Will be the Saints versus Rams. And then week 3 of the NFL preseason will be at 8 o'clock p.m. will be 28th. That Friday, August 28th, will be the Saints versus the Cowboys. On Sunday, September 13th, week 1 of the 2026-2027 NFL regular season will be the Saints versus the Detroit Lions on Fox. Week 2 of the NFL regular season, September 20th, 1 o'clock p.m. on CBS is going to be the Saints versus the Baltimore Ravens. Sunday, week 3, September 27th, 4:25 p.m. on CBS is going to be the Saints versus the Raiders. And then Monday, week 4, October 5th, 8:15 p.m. on ESPN is going to be the Saints versus the Falcons. And then Sunday, October 11th, 1 o'clock p.m. on Fox is going to be the Minnesota Vikings versus the New Orleans Saints. And then Sunday, October 18th, 1 o'clock p.m. on Fox is going to be the Saints versus the Giants. And then on Sunday, week 7, October 25th at 9:30 a.m. on NFL Network is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the New Orleans Saints. And then Sunday, they got it by for week 8. So Sunday, week 9, right before the trade deadline, 1 o'clock p.m. on CBS is going to be on November 8th. Sunday, 1 o'clock p.m. on CBS is going to be the Cleveland Browns versus New Orleans Saints. Sunday, right after the trade deadline, 1 o'clock p.m. on Sunday, November 15th, 1 o'clock p.m. on Fox is going to be the Carolina Panthers versus New Orleans Saints. Sunday, November 22nd, 1 o'clock p.m. right before Thanksgiving, 1 o'clock p.m. on Fox is going to be the New Orleans Saints versus the Chicago Bears. Sunday, November 29th, right after Thanksgiving. Sunday, November 29th, 1 o'clock p.m. on CBS is going to be the Saints versus the Cincinnati Bengals. And then Sunday, December 6th, 1 o'clock p.m. on Fox is going to be the New Orleans Saints versus the Carolina Panthers. Sunday, week 15, 1 o'clock p.m. on Fox is going to be right before Christmas. It's going to be the New Orleans Saints versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sunday, right after Christmas, 1 o'clock p.m. on Fox is going to be the Arizona Cardinals versus New Orleans Saints. And then Sunday, November 1st, 2027 of the new year, is going to be the New Orleans Saints versus the Atlanta Falcons on Fox. And then week 18 TBT game, flex game, is going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New Orleans Saints. On Saturday, week 1 of the 2026-2027 NFL preseason is going to be the Jaguars versus the Saints at 4 o'clock on August 21st. That's interesting. That is new to me. August 21st. On Friday, August 21st, 7:30 p.m. will be the Panthers versus the Jaguars. That's week 2. Week 3 of the final NFL preseason before the roster cut down will be on August 28th. August 28th will be on that Friday. August 28th is going to be the Buccaneers versus the Jaguars, 7:30 p.m. On Sunday, week 1 of the 2026-2027 NFL regular season will open up with on September 13th, 1 o'clock p.m. on CBS. It's going to be the Cleveland Browns versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sunday, week 2, September 20th, 4:05 p.m. on CBS. It's going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Denver Broncos. Sunday, week 3, September 27th, 1 o'clock p.m. on CBS. It's going to be the New England Patriots versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sunday, week 4, October the 4th, 1 o'clock p.m. on CBS is going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Sunday, week 5, in London, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium In London, England, it's gonna be it's going to be it's gonna be the it's going to be the Philadelphia Eagles versus my Philadelphia Eagles versus the Jacksonville Jaguars Sunday in London again. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, 9:30 a.m. on NFL Network is gonna be the Houston Texans versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, and then they get a bye week. Sunday, on my birthday, November 1st, 1 o'clock p.m. on CBS is going to be the Indianapolis Colts versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then Thursday, November 5th, week 9, right before the trade deadline, 8:15 p.m. on Prime Video is going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Baltimore Ravens. Sunday, right after the trade deadline. Sunday, week 10, 1 o'clock p.m. on Fox is going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Tennessee Titans. Sunday, week 11, right before Thanksgiving, 1 o'clock p.m. on CBS is going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the New York Giants. And then on Sunday, right after Thanksgiving, 4:05 p.m. on CBS is going to be on that. This November 29th, 4:05 on CBS is going to be the Tennessee Titans versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. On Sunday, week 13, December 6th, 1 o'clock p.m. on Fox is going to be Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Chicago Bears. On Monday, December 14th, 8:15 p.m. on ESPN is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. And on Sunday, week 15, right before Christmas, 1 o'clock p.m. on CBS is going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Houston Texans. Sunday, December 27th, right after Christmas, 1 o'clock p.m., right before New Year's Eve, 1 o'clock, 8:20 p.m. on NBC and Peacock is going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Dallas Cowboys. In the Week 17 flex game will be the Washington Commanders versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then Week 18 TBT flex game, Indianapolis Colts, Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Indianapolis Colts. I believe I'm going to save so the Carolina Panthers will be in part 5 of these games. So these games will be in part 5 and the rest of them will be part 7. So thank you guys for watching this video. So this is part 5 live video. This was part 4. I will see you guys in part 5. Yes, we got a lot more games because I'm not doing them at all because I don't want them doing it all. So this could be part 5, part 4. Part 5 will become tomorrow, or I don't know when I'm going to do it. So I'm going to do it maybe tonight. I'm going to do it tonight. So right after wrestling, right after AAA starts, I will be live for that one. Superman shortly. So for AAA, so do the Arizona Cardinals game. I'm going to do the Arizona Cardinals, Dallas Cowboys, Chicago Bears, and Green Bay Packers in that order. For part 5, part 6, Los Angeles Chargers will be Los Angeles Chargers, Houston Texans, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and New York Jets will be in part 6. Part 7 will be the New York Giants, Minnesota Vikings, Arizona Cardinals, and Denver Broncos. And then part 8 is going to be the San Francisco 49ers, Detroit Lions, Buffalo Bills, and Miami Dolphins. And the Indianapolis Colts will be in part 9. So I will see you guys for part 5. Peace. Sports Shoot Stars. We bring the game to you. We bring the game to you. See you guys for part 5. There's part 4. See you guys for part 5 of the NFL preseason season. If you like this part 4, then subscribe. Give me a huge thumbs up. And I do NFL news video mostly every single day. And we'll see you guys for part 5. Peace. Sports Shoot. Get your stars. We bring the game to you. See you guys for part 5. I'll be live for all these games. See you guys for part 5. Peace.